This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Hang on a second. Hang on.
Hey, and there he is right there, the biggest star in the hit. Well, it's Enzo and Cass, and I got to tell you, these motherfuckers are over here, two of the top merch sellers in the biz at this point, and it's all because of the rap and the mic work of Enzo and his just natural charisma where he's getting out here and strutting and showing ass. But it's that same swagger backstage that got him heat.
Right.
To the point where I think there's some people who almost try to boycott and protest whenever he's booked on a show, fairly or unfairly. And some of that comes from he was charged for some sort of sexual abuse situation out on the West Coast. But I believe he was cleared of that.
Right. Consensual penis is what he said.
Yes, I believe in the end all charges were dropped and it went away, but nobody talked about it. So it got a lot of hype whenever it went down.
Yeah,
and then it.
Well, that's the way it happens.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Right.
If that really is the way it went down, and I don't have all of my notes in front of me. Now the Big Cass character is one who I think a lot of people thought, well, he's got the look that WWE would want because he's a giant. But then for whatever reason, he too had some issues and was invited to leave. And he bounced around the indies a little bit. And I think his demons got the best of him there. He spent some time with Diamond Dallas Page. And now I think he's spending a little more time with Diamond Dallas Page.
Yes, I believe he is too.
I believe.
We've heard that rumor many times.
We're going to let that one fly.
Yeah, we'll let that one fly. You can look that up yourself.
They're going to be taking on two great friends of the show.
Okay.
Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Oh, my favorites.
They're going to give them 8 minutes and 42 seconds. Of course, these guys here are challenging for the tag team titles. The club... They are your tag team champs here, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Are you going to Luke Gallows' housewarming party?
I've not been invited, no. And I'm surprised I wasn't invited. Because he and I do communicate back and forth at times. And Carl and I do as well.
Well, he probably knows he can't be seen with you.
I'm sure. Well, when he got his, what I heard was his big deal.
Oh, yeah.
I sent
multiple commas.
And of course, we know we're kind of tied to Luke in a way, in a legal way.
Who, me and you?
Yeah.
How?
Same lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I guess at this point, we're tied to 3/4 of professional wrestling because of our legalese. Why am I not getting a kickback on that?
I know, because
now that I'm just thinking about that, I should be getting a commission on all that.
Damn right you should, because you're not going to get a commission from me, and he makes a lot more money than I do. And he just called you out of the blue, right? And offered and talked to you, and all of a sudden...
He emailed me for years,
right,
trying to get me to do stuff, and then when I finally did... and it worked out great, and I realized, hey, this guy's cool, and he can be in the group. I started putting him on our friends, and now, I don't know, there's probably legitimately 80 wrestlers we've put on him.
Yeah.
And he's making money on all of them, and I'm sitting over here with my dick in my hand. So, but that's the story of my life. I mean, I haven't gotten not one of my 10% agent checks from your AEW contract yet. How is that possible? How can you live with yourself?
And what about the money that Bruce made?
No, he's kicking me his 10%.
Oh, bull fucking shit.
No, that's real.
And I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I shouldn't, because I don't know. Let me rephrase it. Bull motherfucking shit.
I'll show you the stubs upstairs.
I wouldn't. There's fake stubs.
No, seriously.
Like fake news.
I made enough on my 10% from him last year. I bought another Rolls Royce. Because, the internet's told us that I have 38 Rolls Royces. I have a whole fleet of Rolls Royces.
Right. And you have
By the way, the referee John Cone there got his mortgage from SaveWithConrad.com.
There you go.
Of course, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, they don't need mortgages because they're independently wealthy.
Now, you and I were in Madison Square Garden at the Ring of Honor show during WrestleMania. And we saw Enzo and Big Cass make an appearance.
Yeah, a quote-unquote worked shoot.
Right. So what was it?
Well, here's the situation.
I didn't buy it. A lot of people thought it was real. I didn't buy it because I didn't think...
The reason they thought it was real is Enzo, the company, did not smarten up Tomatonga. They didn't smarten up the Ring of Honor side of things.
Right. All right, so...
Or rather, the New Japan side of things. So,
right.
Yeah, not everybody knew what was going to happen.
Right.
And so as a result, there were some live rounds being thrown.
Right. And nothing really happened out of it.
Well, there was such backlash over booking Enzo and Cass because they are, whether it's fair or not, heat magnets.
Got it.
The boys weren't happy. The fans weren't happy. So Ring of Honor just quit returning their phone calls and really fucked the guys, if I'm honest with you.
Wow.
Or at least that's the way Enzo tells it. I haven't spoken to the front office at Ring of Honor. I don't think they like me very much.
Okay.
I had a decent relationship with them before AEW started, and now I guess they think, well,
he's an AEW guy, right?
AEW guy. I mean, that's what that's what WWE thinks too.
Yeah,
So
well,
I got the AEW brand on me, but I'm not getting my 10% commission checks. So what are you gonna do? Hey, what'd you think of the convention attached to Revolution last week, not called Starrcast?
isn't that going to be coming up at Double or Nothing?
No. We're talking about Revolution.
Right.
C2E2.
Right.
It was attached.
Got it.
You out of the loop on that?
Yeah, I'm out of the loop on it.
Okay. Well, you asked for a table there to sign autographs.
And then I backed away from it.
And you messaged me thinking that I was somehow the promoter for it, even though I do mortgages.
I messaged you because I wanted Gabe's number. And I got Gabe's number, and then Gabe and I talked, and I backed out of it. I thought I should go through AEW with this. So anyway, that's still to come.
What's still to come? It happened last week.
No, me getting tape, doing autographs. That's what I mean.
Well, you've done a ton of autographs. You're going to be doing some before you know it. You and the one and only Jim Ross.
Yes.
Live comedy at the Carlson, March 17th, 9:00. It's a Tuesday night, the night before AEW Dynamite takes over Rochester. I'm sure you guys are going to go get a garbage plate, eat some dinosaur barbecue, and then cruise over to comedy at the Carlson after that production meeting. Should be a big time. Lots of stories you can't hear on the podcast. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, burying motherfuckers. Bring your shovels.
Good God.
What? That's
JR doesn't bury people.
Yes, he does. Well, Johnny Ace. He buries Johnny Ace, and he brings all his gardening equipment to make sure he does a good job with it. So you don't want to miss it. Supershowlive.com. By the way, Carl Anderson, who is in phenomenal shape right here, is somehow even in better shape now. Carl Anderson's abs have abs now.
Yeah, he's pretty cut now.
Dude, it's stupid.
Yep.
And shout out to the good brother, Luke Gallows, who recently got married. Didn't see that one coming.
Good God. No one did.
Yeah, he was a few years ago, he was the cooter whisperer. Mm-hmm. To the point that randos were trying to call him out and send all of his dirt to the news sites. And I would take screen grabs and send them to him in a group, and everyone would have fun at his expense. And now he's decided to put all that behind him. And he's decided he's tired of being happy. He got married.
Hey, I don't get it, man. If I was big and as muscular and as handsome as
and a multi-millionaire
as Luke Gallows, man, not me, buddy. But sometimes when you find the right woman, right, you just don't.
And then eventually she finds Facebook and Fox News and loses the broom, and here you are.
Gives up on everything, right? I've been there before.
I need you to get an outfit like what Enzo's wearing here.
Really?
These overalls with the cheetah print.
Okay.
And the gold all over it. I think that would look real cool on you.
Why don't I have cooter print on it?
Cooter print.
Cooter print.
I like that.
Instead of cheetah print.
Oh, I love that. Dive in to make the hot tag. Carl Anderson cuts him off. Makes the cover.
Yeah, very well done.
I got to tell you, I wish there was a spot for Enzo in wrestling. I wish he didn't have the nuclear heat that he has because, and I know you weren't watching during that time, but dude, he really was over. Like they really were over in a major way. Selling a lot of merchandise. Fans were with him. They had their rap down. It was reminiscent of the old New Age Outlaws where he would come out and the fans would sing along.
Right.
I mean, and he is sort of a modern day Michael Hayes in that regard. You know, just dyeing his hair blonde, being a mouthpiece. He's got Terry Gordy in the corner. Of course, unfortunately, no one can really compare to Terry Gordy. But as far as being the guy whose maybe work isn't the best in the world, bell to bell, but he knows how to talk them into the seats and has a good rap and can talk shit. That's a modern Michael Hayes right there.
That is, and that's a hell of a working punch by Luke. So are they baby faces here?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
He's a certified G.
Yeah, certified G. I didn't, and I've heard the rap before, but when I first saw him, I wasn't sure if he was a baby face or a heel because he almost acted like a heel, but then again,
Well, he did become a heel. So one of the times you may have seen him may have been when he was a heel.
Okay.
And that definitely happened, but you could always tell based on the crowd reaction what he was.
They're doing some good shit here in the ring too, man. Luke, and I know he's a friend, boy, he can move for a big guy, can he?
He can. What's interesting is you don't always know that because when you see a guy that size in the corner, you just assume that's going to be very slow and methodical. But when he needs to kick it into gear, he does.
So we're here at the Conradison, which is, there's nothing like it.
Oh, my God.
And I was wondering what's for dinner tonight.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Tony, because we're going to have quite the selection. I'm
Okay.
having the chefs upstairs go ahead and start preparing this evening around 6. And dinner will be served at about 8 o'clock.
Okay.
That's and then we're going to have some folks join us
Right.
a little later, and we'll have a celebration of life,
Right.
just to celebrate you being here.
I love celebrations of lives, and I love fellowships.
Well, that's going to happen tonight. I do have bad news for you, though. The two people you like the most in Huntsville, Alabama will not be in attendance.
I'm trying to think who I like in Huntsville, Alabama. Oh, you're talking about Cassio and Big Booty Judy.
You got it.
Okay.
Actually, I was considering saying Big Booty Judy and Dave Silva
Okay.
because you don't really like Cassio. You consistently shit on Cassio.
Right. Right.
By the way, Cassio's Cut is still the worst podcast you can download.
Is it
with
worse?
the exception of the Jay-Z Flair show.
I was getting ready to ask. Jay-Z Flair now has shown us on social media. There's one, too. Oh, and a save. Has shown us on social media actually how he makes those pizzas you talked
Those are
about.
North Carolina pizzas.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's fucking gross, dude.
Well, it's like
It's like if a hairdryer and an iron had a baby.
it's like why? Okay? Why when you can I don't get it. When you can get such good pizza delivered to your house or you can just put one in the oven. Why do you go to that trouble? I
Well,
don't
here's
get it.
what we're going to do for the low-key Big Hog weekend, which is coming up before you know it. We're going to have pizza night, and we're going to have a series of pizzas brought in.
Right.
But one of the things we're going to do, John Cone, man, he let the good brothers just steal a victory there. All of a sudden, Carl Anderson, 1, 2, 3. Enzo has his foot on the rope. Carl knocks it off. Cone doesn't see it. Bam, we're done. Our baby faces had a shot at the world titles. Of course, it didn't happen. There they are, the good brothers, breaking necks and cashing checks, strutting ass out of here as two well-paid married men.
Let's see the replay once again. And Cassio comes off, and he goes down to the big man, Luke Gallows.
You calling him Cassio?
Did I say Cassio? I sure did.
I was going to say Cassio's on a hell of a diet plan.
Enzio, not Cassio.
Enzo.
Enzio. What's
His name is Enzo.
Enzo? Okay. There's the 1, 2, 3, and they steal the win over Enzio, Cassio, and Big Booty Judy.
Anyway.
Okay, where were we?
Go download Cassio's Cut, cassioscut.com. He's one of the funniest motherfuckers we know. His comedy is way too big for Huntsville, Alabama, but he's number one here in the mornings, and that pays pretty goddamn well, and he's got a smoking hot wife who works for NASA, so she has booty, won't travel. So here he is doing what he can here, but he should be on TV. He's a funny motherfucker.
Yeah, he really is. And I think you and I are, as we're taking a look at some video game promo here for the
think I did commercials for this once upon a time on Bruce's show.
I think we had one on our show too.
Yeah,
I think they bought one for our show too.
I never played it though.
Right. So.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.